Hey friends, guess what I got? Thanks to the lovely people at Liminal 11, I am holding the new Luna Soul Tarot. I'm so excited to have this. This is wonderful. They decided to reprint the Luna Soul because everybody went bananas when it sold out and nobody could get it anymore. And it's a beautiful deck. I was one of the people who came to it late. Um, but I am so excited to have this. This is now in Liminal 11's new box packaging, which I absolutely adore. It has the magnetic hold on the bottom, and that friggin' magnet is tough. So, every time you pick your deck up, you do not have to worry about your deck falling out. It's great with this magnetic flap, and let me tell you, it's a strong one. So, here is our deck box, and we have Temperance. And here we have the back with the lovely good stuff about it. We have our Hermit here. That's so pretty. And then our lovely Luna Soul. So let's get into it, folks. So I love it's got cutouts. So you can put your finger there and open the box. And then look, it drops right out of the box. We have... It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards. Lewis Carroll. I love that. That's great. It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards. Lovely. I love these boxes. Okay, so it pops out, and what do we have? We have the World card that goes around with the moon. And then we have, death. And the sun part with the world. Oh, look at that. The sun and the moon there. And then over here, the moon and the sun there. How cool is that? And then, of course, inside we have our book and our cards. And it's a hard book. I love these little hard books. I am so excited. Now, I'll tell you, there is a piece of cardboard inside, but it fits nicely and it leaves just enough room in the bottom for the book on the one side and the cardboard on the other for the cards. And it really keeps them nice and snug in the box. So I actually like it. Here is our book, our pretty hardcover book. And on the back... And, look, it's so pinky inside. I love the pastel colors of this deck. So we have no page numbers. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there are. 55 pages. So it's 55 pages. 55. Wait a minute. No, 55. 6. About 57 pages long, intros, introductions. We have the majors have small color reproductions. The book is matte, which I really like. And then the minors are in small paragraphs, and it's got all different artwork about the suits in here as well. Let's see if I have, here's the swords. And so, that's really nice. And they've got about 4 different spreads in the book. So I love these hardcover books, definitely. Now we have the beautiful deck here, and it has a cellophane wrapper on it. Excuse me. So what I do for cellophane wrappers, because they're so tight, is take half the deck and slide it down, and then the wrapper will come off. Easy peasy. Oop, as I drop all the cards. All right, let's have a look at what's going on here. So here's our first card, the Fool. I love very light pastel-y colors. the cardstock is beautiful. It is bendy, where, you know, the riffle, I think, will be nice. But it's stiff enough that it's going to put up to some good use. So I'm really excited. I love these light pastels. You know, it took me a while to fall in love with this deck the first time. I watched, I don't know how many walkthroughs initially. Isn't that a beautiful High Priestess? I watched a lot of walkthroughs on this deck originally. Beautiful High Priestess. I love the Emperor. Gorgeous card. And eventually I got smitten, and by that time, sold out. Gone. So, yeah. The Lovers. I am so excited to use this deck. I think this is going to be one of the decks I use this week. I've got so many decks coming in. Justice. I love this Hermit card. I really do. There's something very serene, you know, and he's got his little turtle buddy. I mean, come on. There's just something, I don't know, very serene and centered about it. The Wheel of Fortune, I love it. All the things. What can I tell you? This is the Strength card. I love this Strength card. This is a great deck, you guys. Cardstock. The finish is awesome. It's not slippery. It shuffles. It doesn't stick together. Here's our lovely Death card. And it's inclusive. It is somewhat inclusive. Look at that Devil. Wow. I could really get lost in that card looking at all the things going on there. And I will, eventually. Our Tower. Wow. Looking up at the star. I love everything about this deck. The artwork I find amazing. The color palette is just, you know. And look, it's a sun card with no creepy baby. I love it that it has two youngsters. So I love that. And that there's two of them and not just one. I really like that. I love that there is color diversity in this deck, and not everybody is a skinny mini. Our Judgment card, and then, of course, the World card, which I think is gorgeous. Okay, so now here we go into the Wands, the Ace of Wands. Isn't that beautiful? Just kind of no hand, but coming out of the sun and the clouds. You know, the Wands, the fire energy. So here is our two, our three, working on things as a family. I love that. Uh-oh. Yes. Victory. Victory. The 7. It's like, oh, no, you don't. Not happening here. The 8. I love the fire on the end of the wands. Or the arrows. The 9. Beautiful. You can see where, you know, they're banged up. They're banged up, but they're still hanging on to that one stick. So, you know. You can just see, I mean, look at his expression. Look at the expression on his face. It says everything. The page, all his fire glory, the knight. Our king. And then, I love this, our Queen of Wands. And I love all the fire below them, you know. And it's not too shabby. She got a kitty on her lap either. So I'm all about that. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm getting phone calls. So here we go. I have Ace of Cups. So pretty with the lotus. And here's our two. Isn't that lovely? Share the rainbow, night and day, black, white, green, brown, blue. It's a beautiful card, beautiful card. Three of Cups. Our four. I really love this depiction. It's like, look up, look up. The sun is out in the window, look up. So yeah, that's just wonderful. Oh, the Five of Cups. I love it. There's not a bad thing about any of these cards. I mean, you're just going to hear me say, I love it, I love it, I love it, because I do love it. These cards are just so beautifully drawn, and the color palette, again, is very pastel, which, you know, for some of the harder cards, we haven't got to the sword card yet, but, you know, even the Eight of Cups, it sits a little lighter with the soul because the colors are not so dark. You know, yes, you're still leaving a situation behind, but it doesn't seem so bleak, I guess. Yeah. Of course, one of my favorites, sitting in the lotus, the Nine of Cups, our wish card. Yeah. And I also love this Ten of Cups. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be about mom and dad. It can be chosen family as well, friends. Yeah, it's not all about you know, classic family. So I like that. We have Page of Cups, and we have our Knight on a fish. I love it. I love that. So great. And the King's throne is like a wave. It's just, you know, and the Queen. Look at the Queen. The artwork for this is just, I could go on and on and on about this. So what I will tell you is pre-orders for this deck are open today. I will put the link in the description box where you can order yours today. Look at that. I love how the 3 is broken and the swords are piercing each piece. It's just, you know, here's our 4. So yes, pre-order, 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 because this deck is absolutely worth it. I'm so excited. I'm going to be using this deck all week, and I can't wait. Wow, look at this 7 of Swords. Look at his face. The expressions on the faces in this deck, I mean, really say a lot. Our 8 of Swords. Oh, look at the 9. Wow. Yes, the thoughts get in there. They get overwhelming. And then you get this. Wow. Wow. But the roses are coming. The roses are coming from all of those piercings. Every single piercing has a new rose. We have our Page of Swords in the wind. Our Knight of Swords has wings. Our King of Swords, Cloud Chair. Oh. The Queen of Swords. And she ain't no skinny mini with her wise owl, and she's got her sword up behind her head. Wow. If that's not a power pose, I don't know what is. Our Ace of Discs, the flowers. Oh. We have our 2 with the butterflies. Oh. So much fun. 3. All working together. We have the 4. Hanging on to all his stuff. The 5. I love this depiction because, yes, you can see the look on his face is not good. And he's carrying all these discs on his back, but it's not as much a front or, right in your face as the original depiction with, them out in the cold going past a church with a light on, kind of thing. So, yeah. The 6 of coins, of discs, rather. We have our 7, admiring the fruit of our work. We have the 8. I think the discs are gorgeous. I love the kaleidoscope of colors. The 9. How beautiful the vase and the flowers. And then, of course, the 10. Home and hearth and everything most people think. We have our Page of Discs in the woods with its earthly greenery. I also love this one as well, the Knight on the ox. That's wonderful as well. And then, of course, we have our king on his tree throne. And you can see where he's a bit older and wiser. We have our queen of the forest, and she's with her fox and deer and, the friends, even the fish hanging there on the tree. All of the little critters go to the queen. And then, what is this? Ooh. We have 2 extra cards. We have a Wu Wei. I don't know if you can see that. Wu Wei. I'm losing sunlight here. So that's Wu Wei. And then this is duality. Wow. That is pretty. Duality. Okay, I'm going to look those up in the book, and I'm going to see what it says for Wu Wei and duality. Do we have? We have the king, how to read the cards. So with the... Okay, so it talks about the majors. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, so these are like 2 extra cards, exclusive cards. So Wu Wei is to act in accordance with destiny. Nothing is simpler, nothing is harder. Wow. Learn to allow, do by not doing. Adapt, take the shape of the circumstances you inhabit, and then from within, gently do enough, just enough so that your influence may turn the tide. Thus do we begin a story with a legacy in its heart. And that's only part of what's written in the book. There's a lot more. So that's a pretty awesome card. And then the duality card says, the wind settles the seed of opposition at the zenith of self-assurance, and we turn and we grow. So where lies absolute reality when one thing depends upon another? Observe the duality and know the interrelation. Perspective defines all. And so there's a lot of other in here as well. Okay, this caught my attention. So it says, how do we judge by our own absolute standard when a truth for one may not be so for another? Our inner worlds, perceptions, experiences, each as unique as our fate. What is fair to one may be an injustice to others. And intransigent, binary, rarely crossed. I have a new word to look up, intransigent. So there you go. 2 very extra definite power cards that are exclusive extra cards. They are part of the major arcana in the book. I say go to Liminal 11, pre-order this deck right now, because you're going to want this. You're absolutely going to want this. I have wanted this. I have waited for this. It's a fantabulous deck, guys. Really. Go pre-order. Tell them Jenna sent you. All right, my friends. That'll do it for this one. Sending you all my love, and I will see you when the next one comes. Mwah!